Hello student, good morning. So today I am going to discuss rest of the topic in moving charges and magnetism chapter. So today our topic is magnetic field intensity at a point outside the wire. Okay, I already discussed Ampere's circuital law in my previous lecture. So we discuss its special cases today. So we take any wire, this is an infinite wire and electric current passing through this wire is I, due to which magnetic field is generated around it in the form of a circular loop. To obtain the direction of this magnetic field, we will use right hand thumb rule. Okay. So in this conductor, current flowing through outward directions. Okay, the direction of current will be along the direction of thumb and curved fingers represent the direction of this magnetic field. Okay, so we take any point here P. The distance of this point P from this wire is A. Okay, and we already know that the Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field at point P due to infinite wire is B equal to mu naught 4 pi 2I upon A. Okay, and here the magnetic field, this is a closed path. We integrate over this closed path and magnetic field dot dl, small element we take here, is equal to mu naught I. So this is the Ampere's circuital law. So now we discuss its special cases, magnetic field intensity at a point outside the wire. Okay. So we take any wire and current I flowing through this wire, due to which magnetic field produced here in the form of a circular loop. Okay, so we take any point P here outside this wire. Okay, and the distance of this point P from this wire is A. Okay, so magnetic field intensity at a point outside the wire. So P is a point outside this wire in space. Okay, so here let P be the point outside the wire. The distance of point P, the distance of point P from the axis, so this is the axis. Okay, axis parallel to this wire. Okay, and P from axis of the wire is A. Okay, so according to Ampere's law, so we need space here. So according to Ampere's law, close integration over this closed path B dot dl, PL is small element, mu naught I, we already know that. This is the Ampere circuital law. Okay, the Ampere circuital law. Okay, here B dl cos theta is equal to mu naught I. Okay, so here we take very small element having length dl. Okay, and we draw tangent here, and the direction of this tangent shows the direction of magnetic field. The angle between dl and B is 0 degree, theta is equal to 0 degree. We put this value here. We take only magnitude value here. B dl cos 0, we already know that cos 0 is equal to 1 mu naught I. Okay, so B dl cos 0 1 mu naught I. Okay, and here B comes outside because B is constant. B dl is equal to mu naught I. Okay, so here integration over this closed path. Okay, it gives phi dl, it gives 2 pi r, circumference. Okay, circumference of this closed path, 2 pi r. Okay, so r is the radius and r is equal to a here, so we put the value a here. Okay, 2 pi a is equal to mu naught I. So B is equal to mu naught I upon 2 pi a. I repeat it again. So we take any wire here and current I flowing through this wire, due to which magnetic field produced here in the form of a circular loop. Okay, so we take any point P outside this wire, that is the point P, and the distance of this point P from this wire is A, where we have to find the magnetic field. Okay, and we already know that by Ampere's circuital law, we take integration over this closed surface, closed path, B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. Okay, here this is a dot product, B dot dl in dot product, and dot product is equal to magnitude value of B, magnitude value of dl into cos theta. Okay, angle between B and dl. Here the angle between dl and B is theta is equal to 0 degree. We put theta is equal to 0 here, and we will get B dl, and cos 0 is equal to 1. Okay, we put this value here, B dl cos theta. Okay, B dl cos 0 1. So here B dl is equal to mu naught I. Okay, B comes outside because B is a constant here, and this integration over this closed path and dl, and this gives the circumference of this closed path, that is equal to 2 pi a. We put this value here, 2 pi a is equal to mu naught I, and B is equal to mu naught I upon 2 pi a. Okay, so magnetic field at point P, which is outside from this wire. Okay, so magnetic field at point P is this mu naught I upon 2 pi a. So here B is equal to mu naught I 2 pi a. Okay, so here thus the magnetic field intensity at a point outside varies inversely as the distance of the point from the axis of the wire, Okay, I mean B proportional to 1 upon R. Okay, R is equal to variable distance. Okay, so here mu naught constant, I constant, 2 pi constant. So B proportional to 1 upon A. Okay, so there are many concentric circles here. Okay, so we take R here. Okay, magnetic field at point P, and we take another point Q. Okay, so magnetic field at point P is greater than magnetic field at point Q. Okay. So B, magnetic field proportional to 1 upon R. If R increases, magnetic field decreases. If R decreases, magnetic field increases. I repeat it again. Thus the magnetic field intensity at a point outside varies inversely as the distance of the point from the axis of the wire. Case number 2, magnetic field intensity on the surface of the wire. Okay, so we take any wire and current flowing through this wire is I, due to which magnetic field generated here in the form of circular loop. Okay, so here we have to find the magnetic field intensity on the surface of the wire. So we take point P on this wire. Okay, so here we already know that the formula B is equal to mu naught I 2 pi R. Okay, so R is equal to here. Okay, this wire in the form of a cylindrical shape having radius capital R. Okay, so here this point on this wire. Okay, here this point P on this wire, and this is the axis passing through this wire. Okay, so that is the distance from this axis of this point P is R. Okay, so we here put R is equal to capital R. So B is equal to mu naught I 2 pi capital R. So magnetic field intensity on the surface of this wire is B is equal to mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Case number 3, magnetic field intensity at a point inside the wire. Okay, so here we will take a wire in the form of a cylindrical shape. Okay, this is the axis of wire and current flowing through its upper surface. Okay, this is a hollow cylindrical wire. Okay, and this is the radius of this wire. R is the radius of this wire, and we have to find the magnetic field intensity at a point inside this wire. So we will take any point inside this wire. Okay, and the distance of this point from axis of this wire is small r. Okay, so we have to find, and we take any point. This is the point P. Okay, we have to find the magnetic field at point P, which is inside this wire. Okay, okay. So consider a point P. This is the point P inside the wire. Point P inside the wire, and let R. This is the small r less than radius of this wire. Okay, be the distance of the point P from the axis of the wire. From the axis of the wire. Okay, if the current flows only along the surface of the wire, okay, then no current at any point inside this wire. Okay, I repeat again. So consider a point P inside the wire. Okay, and the distance of this point P from axis of this wire is r, and here r, this is the distance of this point r, small r, less than radius of this wire. Okay, so here no current flowing through this wire. Okay, no current at any point inside this wire. Okay, I mean if the current flows only along the surface of the wire. Okay, then according to Ampere's circuital law, then according to Ampere's circuital law, B dot TL is equal to mu naught I. Okay, and here inside this conductor I is equal to 0. Okay, so we put the value I is equal to 0 here. So B dot DL is equal to 0. Okay, so finally magnetic field inside this conductor is 0. Because all current flowing only through the surface of this wire, no current flowing inside this wire. Okay, due to I is equal to 0 here, we put the value of I is equal to 0 here. Okay, so it becomes finally 0, and magnetic field inside at any point inside this hollow wire is 0. So what happened if this wire is not hollow? Okay, the wire we have taken here is not hollow, and if the current is uniformly distributed throughout the cross section of this wire, then the current through the circle of radius r less than a, okay, I mean in this circle is I dash. Okay, I dash flowing through this circle. Okay, okay, the wire we have taken here is not hollow. Okay, and this is the axis of this wire, and we take any point P here, okay, which is distance small r from this axis. Okay, and the radius of this wire is capital R, here r less than r. Okay, so now we have to find the magnetic field at this point P. Okay, at this point P. Okay, so here I dash current I mean, we write all these things here. If the current is uniformly distributed throughout the wire, throughout the cross section of the wire, then the current through the circle, through this circle, okay, through the circle of radius small r is I dash, okay. I dash is equal to current per unit area, of the wire into area of the circle of radius r, small r, okay. So if this wire is not hollow, okay, so then we have to find the magnetic field at point P. So here current flowing throughout this wire. If the current is uniformly distributed throughout the cross section of the wire, we take any cross section here, okay, this is a cross section, okay, throughout the cross section of the wire, then the current through the circle of radius r, which is a very less than radius of this wire, is I dash. So I dash is equal to current per unit area of the wire, okay, into area of the circle of radius small r, okay. So we have to find the current I dash here. I dash is equal to 1 upon pi small r square, pi capital R square into pi r square, okay. Here pi and pi will cancel to each other. So I dash is equal to current flowing through. So I here, okay. So I r square upon r square, okay. So according to Ampere's law, Ampere's circuital law, B dot dl is equal to mu naught I dash. We put the value of I dash here, okay, mu naught I r square upon capital R square, okay, and here P dot dl cos 0 degree, okay. Here the direction of magnetic field, in this direction we take very small element here, okay. In this direction we take any small element, the direction of magnetic field along tangent, okay. So theta, angle between dl, I mean the angle between dl and magnetic field is theta is equal to 0 degree, okay. So B dl is equal to mu naught I r square upon capital R square, okay. And here B comes outside from this integration, and dl is equal to mu naught I r square upon capital R square. So B is equal to B, and this gives circumference of this circle 2 pi small r mu naught I r square upon capital R square, okay. So here B is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi, r and r will cancel here, I r upon r square, okay. So this is the magnetic field at point P inside this conducting wire. So what we do here? So firstly, this is not a hollow wire. Okay. Then we have to find the magnetic field P. We take any point P inside this wire, and at that point we have to find the magnetic field intensity. So here, if the current is uniformly distributed throughout the cross section of this wire, then the current through the circle of this radius R through this circle. Okay. How much current passing through this circle having radius small r. Okay. And this is a circle. Okay. Having radius capital R. Okay. So how much current passing through this circle? That is I dash. Okay. And I dash is equal to current per unit area of the wire into area of the circle of radius r. So current per unit area. Okay. Current per unit area of wire, and area of wire is pi r square. Area of wire is pi r square. Okay. Current per unit area into area of circle of radius is area of this circle is pi r square. Okay. So here pi and pi cancel. What left here? I r square upon capital R square. So according to Ampere's circuital law, we already know that this formula. Okay. Here the angle between B and dl. Okay. Magnetic field and this small element is theta is equal to 0 degree. We put this value 0. Only left here B dl is equal to, we put the value of I dash here. Value of I dash we put here. Okay. And B comes outside from this integration because B is a constant. So dl, and it gives circumference of this closed path. Okay, that is a 2 pi r. Okay, and after solving we will finally get the value of magnetic field at this point inside this conductor.